their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set.
Oh, no, I fair catch it. No. Oh, I muffed it. Thank God. Dude, that was so clutch. My guy bobbled it, so I got to return it. I muff catch, like, fair caught it at the 5-yard line on an opening kickoff. Because I don't know what I was thinking. Usually they just kick it in the end zone, so I automatically fair catch it. Oh, thank God. We got it up to the 30. Good start. That was really lucky.
Don't take forever, okay?
A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And he is met quickly in the backfield.
This guy just bought the
Down
heat
he
on the
goes,
first play.
folded like a lawn chair.
Oh, shit.
On second down, Johnson. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Nobody has them in fantasy either, I guess.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Underneath for Johnson.
All right, good fit. David Johnson, we got a first down.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though, and it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that
just get the win and get the force on your next matchup.
The drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered.
Don't you just play twice?
Dump off to his back.
Yeah, you're divisional.
Nice effort picking up the first down, though, and you're right. That opening drive, keep those chains moving.
Wait, what? To throw is Wilson.
No, I mean,
it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Oh, what a play, bro!
And inside the 45. Nice. The 15 yards there on the catch.
No, I'm saying like get the automatic
just
win.
The first quarter, but
like you shouldn't have to play your next
going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game.
I know, yeah, that sucks. But like,
you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver.
Bro, this is too hard to play in the rain. I don't like this.
I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Now a head on.
Let's go. I got him jumping.
He's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that
Bro, and his all his corners are sticking in my receivers.
Mark off the 5
There's a key to Marcus Peters. This is not good. We might have to put in Perriman at the slot.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Throwing again here, Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? On 2nd down, Wilson.
Oh, Doug. A terrible throw. What?
There, a nice
he was wide. No way.
Free and brings up 3rd
this
down.
Is Russell Wilson we're talking about.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do.
What the fuck?
Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
That was actually awful. All right, we just kind of need to get some yards.
14.
off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
I'm done, bro. No, I'm done. We got sacked. Put us out of field goal range. I'm not kicking this 55-yarder. No way.
A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one of the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it?
I don't know if I can make a 55-yarder. Oh, wins on my side.
Horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy. Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback,
oh, I missed it, bro.
Fuck. Might throw off his timing.
Fuck, that was so bad.
Sorry, Bob and Linda
oh my, that's actually embarrassing.
Until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
That might have just given us the L already because he gets the ball 50.
Here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure.
We need a
and
defensive
here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017.
Please.
And I think you can't let him run wild here.
Where you think 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense. On
first and 10, Goff.
Good sack, boy. Frank Clark. 2-yard sack.
He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12.
Oh, shit.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley.
Yes,
Short
Barkevius.
gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Bail me out.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff.
No, he might have gotten to field goal range. He's at the 31.
And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
He
wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he
could call the timeout. Let's go.
A big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Big bite, tight, low bite, bite. Big bite, tight, low bite. He's not gonna go for it, is he? I don't think he can. 4th and 4, yeah.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of
I
the
don't
team
like
because
this.
as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top.
Oh, David Johnson. Oh, David Johnson. Yes. We got to 50.
After a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen.
Yeah, feed him.
He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I'm throwing curl flats. I'm going to do it.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
I did it. Oh, I almost threw it.
Is incomplete. Marshall, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
Don't talk to me. Talk to me. Oh, fuck.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Basically no field goals in this shit. This is annoying.
Here's Wilson throwing again.
I fumbled. Oh my god, bro, I'm done. It's 30 minutes for me.
Fuck.
Did you just do that to me or something?
So it's third and long, and defensively, not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
All right. Oh, he's impressed. He's impressed.
Now Wilson operating from the gun. He's going to air
block it. We're just launching it. Oh, what? It doesn't let you catch it after it's tipped, dude. Okay, Madden's actually dumb. It's telling me to kick a 65-yard field goal. What the hell is wrong with this game? There's no way. What the fuck is wrong?
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Does this game want me to lose? It won't let me punt. Like, where's the option? Why is it not in special teams? There we go. Holy fuck, this game's dumb. I probably could make it if it's on
Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Alright, that's apparently a sky.
This is going to carry well into the end zone
to get another
for a touchback. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. Yeah. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big...
Alright, wait, I'll be right back.
Interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. After the interception, here's Wilson, dumping it off for Johnson. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
There's Wilson, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at about the 28. And juked him. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
14.
From the gun, Wilson. And Dixon over the middle. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Now Wilson on 1st down. Fighting through pressure, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Michael Brockers in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams getting set to go now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. K.J. Wright In there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Goff now looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Tempo.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Wilson now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
Check 50. Don't take forever, okay?
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Four down.
On first down, Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Gonna throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, Wilson completes it to Dixon. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he slides to avoid the hit. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. David Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Out to kick is Janikowski. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a first down throw. Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And Johnson on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 20. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Let's go work. Let's go to work. 12, 12, 12.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Stepping up, he'll try and Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out, fumble. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, you know?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Gurley again here on first down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Marlin!
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is gone. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Now a hit and a loose football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make the punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Marlin!
Again they run with Gurley. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Go! 180!
Goff now to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
14. 19.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards there for number 15.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it. This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 43 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And Johnson on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach, everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Gone. Going up top for Kupp. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now.
Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. They were looking for Marshall that time.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And some room to roam now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
76. 76.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Byron Maxwell, the corner, in on the tackle.
Nice job there defensively on third down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
From the gun on third down, Goff steps away to his left, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Zuerlein pulled it. Zuerlein pulled it. It's no good. Wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a 1st down here. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5.
Good, 4 down, 4 down. 14.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
This is complete. It's Baldwin. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Wilson now operating from the gun. And Marshall's got it. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. David Johnson taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski on for the extra point. Times the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Out to kick is Janikowski. This one taken from the 7. Now a hit and a loose football.
Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the
pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cliff Averill in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the...
He's got a man. Complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
And they pick up the 1st down on a 4th down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on 3rd down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
Orange, orange.
Now Gurley. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun. Gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. From the gun, here's Goff. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. To throw on second down is gone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Johnson, and a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
19.
From the gun, Wilson. And a third down pass falls incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. 12 yards on the return that time, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The Rams on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?